Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. It's your boy Xenon ZT to the same third part of What If Deku Turned Evil. I'ma say this, thank y'all for 71 subscribers. I love y'all guys. I know we can do it, and I know we can get 80 subscribers before the end of the month. So let's get it. And if you want another part of this, drop 5 likes on this one, and that will let me know. So yeah, let's get back into that bitch. So last time we stopped at Deku celebrating him getting into UA with the League of Villains and him getting blessed by All for One with another quirk called Adapt and Survive. Adapt and Survive is like the power of Darwin from the X-Men. So yeah, you can read the X-Men or whatever, or keep watching this What If. Shameless plug. So yeah, let's get into it. So Deku packed his things and he said to his mother goodbye, and in the back of his mind he thought what the master had told him. You need to infiltrate UA, you need to feed us information about them, and when All Might is vulnerable as hell, tell us and we'll destroy him. So that was the primary mission of 1A. You're not there to mingle or have friends. You're there to do your mission and finish it and get out of there. So Deku, that in mind, was determined and went to school. So yeah, when he reached the class 1A, he opened the door to see Bakugo bickering with Ida, and Ida looking at Deku, another speedster in his class. And Ida went to greet him, and Deku did not pay him any attention and went to his desk and sat down. Then Uraraka jumped into Deku and said, I just want to say thank you for what you did for me last time. You saved me, and yeah. And Deku said, whatever. And then Uraraka was pretty shook because this guy is pretty well guarded around himself. He does not let people in or even talk that much. And that sinister look in his eyes, the dark under his eyes, lack of sleep, and sadness in his eyes was showing to everybody, but only Uraraka, the one who picked on it. And then Aizawa sensei came to the class and said, it took you this long to stop talking. Get into your PE costumes and let's get out. And Uraka started bitching and moaning about the entrance ceremony and stuff, and said, "Heroes do not have time for that kind of stuff." And Izuku said in his mind, "Do not have time. Do not have time to save people too." And they went outside. And Bakugo was pretty stoked because he thought himself to be the highest scoring student. And then Aizawa called Izuku Midoriya, where are you? And Bakugo, Izuku Midoriya? How's that quirkless little shit is here? And Deku gave him a glare and went to Aizawa, and Aizawa gave him the ball. Let's assess your quirk now. And Midoriya, thinking to himself, my powers are not physical attribute power for me to throw it. So Deku backed up as far as he can, and he looked at Aizawa, and Aizawa said, go. And then Deku bolted out of there. Time even stopped him because of his speed. He was so fast that he broke the sound barrier and even went above 1,000 mile per hour. Not 1,000 mile per hour, 1,000 kilometer per hour. And he was running as fast, and he broke and threw the ball as fast as he can. If you know the rule, E equals MC times 2 or whatever, that's it. And Deku threw it as hard as he can because the momentum carried the ball from his hand, and it went flying, scoring 750 points. And everybody was shocked that this kid did that. And then Bakugo and the others turns to throw the ball. And Deku was pretty well adjusted to his quirk right now. So yeah, Deku pretty much scored good in speed tests, and he defeated Ida in the 50-meter dash. Deku was around 0.5 seconds while Ida was 2.3. That shows the difference between the speed of Izuku. Izuku powers is that he pick up speed. He does not go like the Flash instantly. He pick up speed. Around 2 seconds from him starting running, he will reach the top speed of him. Not around 2 seconds. Even he start one step, two steps, and then he goes as fast as he can. Unlike Ida engines that go fast, you know Ida's power how it works. So Deku was pretty much the second student, the highest, second highest student in the scoreboard, and what is it? Wait. Todoroki was first, and Bakugo was third because quirks are not complementary to that type of test. And the one getting booted out, it was Invisigirl. And Deku seeing her, he asked her to meet him after class. So yeah, after everything's said and done, Izuku went to her and he gave her a pep talk because and he was spiting heroes in the way the hero society works. And one of the things taught by the League of Villains is brainwashing young adults. So yeah, he started giving her this and that, and he fed her what she wanted to hear. And then he said, "At one point of time, I'ma need your power, and yeah, I'ma need your strength." And she looked at him like this kid, he gave her hope, even though she was booted out of the class because of her lack of ability, because of the discrimination against her ability. And Bakugo kept getting given this sour look toward Izuku, and Izuku looked at him. "Don't look at me, you piece of shit." And Bakugo said, "What?" And Deku gave such a bone chilling look at Bakugo that even pierced his soul. "You might not remember, but I remember everything." And then Izuku went to the League of Villains base, and he talked to Shigaraki and told him that one of the teachers in the hero course was Aizawa, and his hero name is Eraserhead. His abilities is to erase powers um, and uh, and then Shigaraki and Kurogiri said that you did a great job. Keep this up, and we'll see when we take advantage of this information. And yeah, the next day they went to class. Deku went to class as usual, not talking to anybody, keeping his distance. And All Might popped at the door and said, "Walking through the door like a normal person." I hate that impression. And Deku said, spat and said, "You piece of shit." And everybody looked at Deku, and Deku put his head down like he said nothing, and pretty much ignored him. And then he said, All Might said that today is a hero vs villain fight, and then the teams were. Then he said the clothes make the hero, not just their work. And Deku's hero costume was jet black jumpsuit with blades strapped in his legs, and he has a mask around his from the top of his nose down to his chin, down to his neck. So his hero costume is pretty basic with blades, and yeah, he was pretty sinister about it. They call him the Black Blur because his hair is black and he's wearing an all black outfit. And then the teams were chosen: Izuku with Uraka, Bakugo, and Ida. And then they went into it, and Deku looked at Uraka. The plan. You find the bomb, engage in battle. That's it. That's all you need to know. And then when they went in, Uraka went down up the stairs, and Deku was waiting for Bakugo to come because he know him way too well. That Bakugo does not like when he is outshined by others. And then Bakugo came, and Deku looked at him. "It took you sweet time." And Bakugo shot back, "A worthless nobody like you." doesn't talk to a god like me. And Deku said, let's test that out. And then they engaged in battle. Deku took that pretty lightly. He did not want to show his full powers to the others. And then he said, let's get a little privacy here. And he activated blackout and frying the circuits and the cameras and the earpiece. And All Might said, a malfunction in the system? What? Everybody was not knowing what happened. And then Deku said, I'ma show you the difference between us. Deku picked up a blade from his pocket and he sped up and started slashing at Bakugo, slashing him from legs up to his head. And he gave him in him. He slashed his face, gushing, and then the blood started gushing from Bakugo's face and said, you piece of shit. And then Bakugo used an explosion to burn the injury and closing it and said, you're acting pretty smart for a brainless brute like you. And Deku said, let's take this a bit. And Deku removed his chest piece and showed him. Removed his shirt and started showing him. Remember this scar on my head? At the age of 4, using your explosion on me like a dummy. And then Bakugo said, you think you're gonna get some sympathy from me? I did it because it was my right. And then Deku started laughing maniacally and saying, you're right? You're talking about your rights? And then he showed him this huge scar on his chest. Said, remember this? I thought you were a good person when you tried to save me from that. And then I realized you're not. You did it to show your dominance over us. But now it's another step. Now I know who you are, and I'm gonna take you to a world of pain. And started smiling. I'm gonna show you the extent of my power. And Deku bolted and gave, and then he stabbed Bakugo in the legs. Bakugo kneeled and he released an explosion at Deku, which Deku did not run from. And then a hard scales from the face of half of the face of Deku formed and half of his body and said, you thought that was my only quirk. Now you're nothing. And then Deku revealed that he has a second quirk. You can do nothing to me, Bakugo. I can kill you right here. Nobody will know. And Deku looked at Bakugo and he sped up on the other direction, which made Bakugo think, you pussy, you're running away. And Izuku said, think twice before you talk, and came bolting and he hit him with a supersonic speed, knocking the shit out of Bakugo. And then he said, now that's done. And Deku looked at him. Let's get the bomb. This is the only time I'm gonna play hero in this damn school. And then Deku ran up the stairs and he found Uraraka engaging in battle with Ida. Ida used an attack on Uraraka which almost killed her. It sent her toward a pole that was sticking out. She almost got pierced by it. And Deku was at the last moment able to save her. Now you're acting like a real villain, said to Ida. And Ida said, what? I didn't mean to. And Ida started breaking down, then said, your first mistake was listening to me. And Deku ran up into Ida, punching him and landing haymakers and fast punches at Ida's body, breaking a couple of ribs. I won't take it easy on nobody. And then Deku looked at Ida and he spat on his face. Heroes, villains, it's all the same to me. And went into the bomb and touched her, which made Uraraka frozen with fear. And then the cameras turned back on, seeing Bakugo bloodied from top to head, slashed across his face, across his body, stabbed in his legs, and Ida with blood running down his nose and a black eye. And everybody started thinking, what is that? Who did that? And Deku gave a sinister smile at the camera and said, Did you enjoy it? Huh, guess you did not. And Deku walked out of the building, and uh, All Might announced that the hero teams won. And then Deku walked out of the class. Kirishima started spouting about being manly and heroic. Talking about heroes, huh? Full of shit. And then the day ended. And before Deku went home, Bakugo and Ida were sent to Recovery Girl's office. When upon seeing them, she looked at All Might and said, "Who did that? This is pretty barbaric. No student is able to do that." And All Might said, "I need to talk to this kid." And All Might went out looking for Izuku, and Izuku, before getting out of the school boundaries, All Might called around him, "Young Izuku, I need to talk to you." And then Deku said, "Do you want All Might?" And All Might said, "What you did was not pretty heroic. If I was able to hear or see what was happening, I would have stepped in." And then Deku shot back, "That's your problem, All Might. Unless you can see or hear, you can do nothing. You don't have the balls to give your hand to the weak. You can't remember me, but I remember you well." And then All Might looked at him with a shocked face. I remember. You're that kid. The kid from the sludge incident." And Deku said, "Finally you didn't recognize. Huh. Guess heroes are as shit as we all know. The hero society, this world, praises the strong and steps on the weak. I'ma let you with that thought, All Might. See you in the next one." And Deku walked out, leaving All Might to his thoughts about the past mistakes he did. He claims to be the number one hero, but what is the number one hero that cannot help? It cannot help a helpless, crying child. And Deku went into his home, and I'ma leave it down there. I'ma leave it there. So if you want to see the next episode, drop 5 likes on this video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. I love y'all guys. Thank y'all for 71 subscribers. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of this community. And yeah, it's been your boy Xenon ZT. I'ma see y'all in the next episode. Later.